I'd like you to take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine a 5-year-old boy. The first years of his life has been spent in foster homes because his mom is a drug addict and his dad is an ex-con. His brothers and sisters are high school dropouts and have been in and out of trouble with the law all their lives. Can you picture that little boy? What does society tell us he can become? What do the statistics say? What sort of chance in life does this little boy have? It's easy to picture this little boy following in the footsteps of the adults around him, becoming a drug dealer or an addict, a dropout, and a drain on society. It's easy to see him angry and bitter because of the hand he's been dealt. Some would even argue that these circumstances predict such a troubled life, and there's not much we can do about it. It takes vision to picture him as something more. Can you picture him as a neighbor, as a friend, as a husband, as a father, as a teacher, social worker, business owner, lawyer? Can you picture him as a doctor? Picture him now and hold on to that image. Go ahead and open your eyes. You see, I believe all of you can envision such a positive future for this child, because in a way, by supporting ACE, you've already done so. Before I go on, I'd like to thank Kendall Bailey for those warm words of introduction. Thank you to the ACE staff, members of the board, and to all of you for supporting ACE and attending today's luncheon. It is an honor to speak with you this afternoon and to share my story. As you might have guessed, I was that 5-year-old boy. My mom was and still is a drug addict, dad an ex-con. Neither parent seemed suitable to raise a child. Therefore, I was shuttled foster home to foster home while the courts tried to sort out the mess. I didn't spend Christmas with my family until I was 5 years old, when thankfully the courts decided I should live with my father. Yes, he was a felon, but in prison he turned his life around, and when he got out, he was a new man. Still at a young age, this transformation came in time to save me. Sadly, that was not the case for my older brothers and sisters, as my mother held a stronger influence in their lives. I had 6 older siblings. Some were on welfare, some were in prison, none of whom graduated from high school, none of whom graduated from college. 2 years ago, drugs took their inevitable toll, and my brother committed suicide while in prison. And then there's my sister, Nicola. Nicola had quadriplegic cerebral palsy, a disability believed to be caused by my mother's drug habits during her pregnancy. This medical responsibility was left to my dad and I, who took care of Nicola for as long as I can remember. My dad became a certified nursing assistant so he could care for her full-time. Footsteps I would follow in shortly thereafter, so that I could also help with her care before and after school, vacations, and weekends. It became my passion, one which strongly shaped the career path that I am on today. I'm so grateful for Nicola. Having the huge responsibility of caring for her kept me on the straight and narrow through my formative years, a true blessing in disguise. Anytime I was tempted to make the wrong decision, my sister was there, confined to her bed, unable to move, unable to speak. And yet to me, my sister was a motivator and a symbol of strength, right up until she too peacefully passed away a couple years ago. All I do now, I do in her memory. There were others who kept me on the path, my dad, and of course my incredible teachers at the private schools. My dad always placed a high value on education, as naturally he wanted me to have more than he ever did. He investigated several options, including looking into private schools, but the cost of 24/7 care for Nicola was staggering and made it an impossible option. We simply could not afford the tuition to a quality private school. So from kindergarten through 6th grade, I went to public schools in our neighborhood in Southwest Denver, the same schools where my older siblings had attended and struggled in. Then in 2000, something wonderful happened. A scholarship was formed, and our prayers were answered. We had our eyes set on a small private school called Silver State Baptist, and we had been talking to the administration with hope that we could make things work out financially. When the school handed my dad an ACE application and said it could be worth up to $2,000 a year, we jumped at the opportunity. ACE rescued me from the same public schools where my siblings had fallen into lives of despair, and instead placed me in a completely new, opportunistic environment. With the help of ACE, I was able to attend Silver State Baptist starting in 7th grade. And then after middle school, the ACE scholarship transferred with me to Mullen High School, now at an increased amount of $3,000 per year. Naturally, that didn't cover the full tuition at Mullen, but it was enough for my dad and I to make work in partnership with the school and with the generous support of ACE. My education has given me the skills, the courage, and the confidence to break the generational cycle of poverty, drugs, and high school dropouts that had plagued my family for years, that had cut short the life of my sister and my brother, that had robbed my other siblings of the opportunity to break out and live joyful and prosperous lives. And it was ACE. It was you. You granted me access to this education, an education which has led to an extraordinary amount of firsts for me. I became the first in my family's history to graduate from high school. I became the first in my family to attend college when I enrolled at Regis University. I became the first in my family to graduate from college as I majored in biology, minored in chemistry, finishing towards the top of my class, earning magna cum laude honors. And there's more. After graduating from Regis, I attended a 5-week medically related immersion program in the Dominican Republic. It was there, after seeing so many children suffering from cleft lip, cleft palate, and overall poor health, that I truly discovered the power of a smile and the joy in creating one. An experience which ultimately solidified my decision to pursue dental medicine. Next year, I will become the first in my family to become a graduate of the University of Colorado School of Dental Medicine as a doctorate in dental surgery. Thank you. How do you repay people for that? What words can I possibly use to adequately express my gratitude? All I feel like I do is show you every day that your faith in me was well placed. After graduating in May 2016, I not only hope to join a practice here in Denver, but also to give back by returning to the Dominican Republic or other areas of the world where dental care is scarce. So that's the story of the 5-year-old boy, or at least his journey up to this point where he stands before you on this stage. When I look back at that day many years ago when we received the ACE scholarship, when I was able to attend Silver State, able to attend Mullen, I know without a shadow of a doubt that on that day, my life changed. You changed my life. Of course, my story is not done. I hope the next 20 years will be filled with a family, with a career, with giving back to my community in a positive way, in much the same way you are doing today. It is my hope, nay, my expectation, that very soon I will be sitting with you, listening to an ACE scholar share his or her story, knowing that I helped change their life for the better with my financial contribution to ACE. For now, my hope is merely that you will take more chances on more 5-year-olds, that you will keep boldly envisioning greatness for the children of our community, provide them with access to an education that can help them become something more. Earlier, I said that it takes vision to imagine children as better than what society might expect of them. I encourage you to remain visionary, understanding that low income does not equal low IQ, and certainly should not equal low expectations. Please keep envisioning the best in the children of this community, and I assure you that you will receive their best in return. The last thing I will leave you with this afternoon, and it's probably the most important thing I'll say all day. Are you ready? Don't forget to floss. Thank you.